welcome to Citizens Climate Lobby's training program for this evening, created to help all of our supporters connect with each other around the larger world and empower us to achieve our larger goals for climate advocacy. This week's essential topic is hosting a wild and scenic film event screening for your chapter. And I'm your host, Brett Cease, CCL's Volunteer Education and Engagement Coordinator, and I want to thank you for joining us. Have you been looking for an opportunity to grow your chapter's outreach within your own town, as well as build a successful fundraiser, connect with Grasstops leaders throughout your community, and engage all in a discussion on climate solutions like the Energy Innovation Act? Well, you're in luck tonight because we have 3 featured speakers here that will help guide us through this process and the success they've found with their own group leadership. We'll have the wonderful Elyce Klein from CCL's California Alameda County chapter, along with Louise van Vonno, CCL's Colorado Durango group leader. And joining them will be Theresa Huck, Wild and Scenic Film Festival on-tour sales manager. I'll pass it to you, Theresa, to launch us into tonight's discussion on how to get one of these excellent events started in your own group and community.
Fabulous. Thank you so much for having me. I have to say first, welcome everyone to Wild and Scenic Film Festival. I think it's important to know that our main mission is to increase the groundswell for the environmental movement, and that's where you play a significant role. Your mission is to grow your chapter and increase awareness about climate change and about the work that CCL is doing. And our 2 missions go so well, so hand in hand, that we believe film is one of the most significant ways to increase awareness and one of the best ways to open hearts and have them listen and even to inspire change. So this is significant for a CCL chapter. We find that approximately 61% of attendees of Wild and Scenic Film Festival events are brand new contacts that have never heard of your organization or your work. So that is quite significant for a chapter to sustain its growth. Secondly, the average funds raised on a Wild and Scenic Film Festival event is $3,968, and I know right now that's probably blowing your mind, being fully aware of the fact that CCL chapters don't have a whole lot in the coffer to work with. That's a significant amount of money to do as CCL Durango did and send people to conference, these college students that are now going to learn how to lobby. Furthermore, doing what CCL Alameda is doing, which is to use that money for more and more outreach events. So either way, we feel like a Wild and Scenic Film Festival event with the CCL chapter is super powerful at bringing people into the chapter, making them aware of CCL's work and the act that, is sitting in place right now, as well as influencing people to get involved and see how easy CCL makes it to be involved rather than feeling powerless sitting in their home every day.
The Wild Scenic Film Festival is one of a number of events that our chapter has done to outreach to the local community. I would say that all of these events have really been compounding to get the name of Citizens Climate Lobby out in the general public, and especially among other climate activists who now know who we are and highly respect what we're doing. It's really helped us. We've also, we just completed the 2nd year of the Wild Scenic Film Festival here in Berkeley, of which CCL was the major host. And I would say we had at least 60 people sign up at the event saying that they would like to get on our mailing list and keep in touch with what we're doing. But our chapter has been steadily growing, and it's partly as a result of all the outreach activities that we do.
The event itself increased our visibility here in our community. We're not a large community, Durango, Colorado, but we do have, Telluride and Bayfield and Ignacio and Durango. So we do draw an audience from a larger population. Our venue was only held 196 people. And our mailing list for our chapter is over 700. So we did get another 50 new people on our mailing list, but really what it did is it gave us a venue to advertise what we really do other than just hold monthly meetings in a restaurant. That we send real people to Washington, D.C. to lobby for real solutions for climate change. And our goal was to make enough money to send 2 Fort Lewis college students to Washington, D.C. for lobby days. And we contacted the environmental studies professors, met with them, met with a leadership group there, met with their environmental center, and we received 5 really strong applicants and picked 2 of them who are registered, have airplane tickets, and I'm very jealous. They're actually staying in the Omni. So to go, and I'm just thrilled that we are able to extend what I hope is our country's political leaning towards getting these younger people involved and engaged in not just climate change issues, but the political process in general. So that is all thrilling. To sum up, because we were able to talk about the scholarship and the lobby days, people in this community really got that we are serious about this. So, you know, now we have more people showing up to our meetings. They're new people that either saw the promotion for the film event and couldn't come to the film event, heard the film event was awesome. And the nice thing about Wild and Scenic is they give you a very specific timeline to follow. I figured 90 hours minimum as a group to have a successful event.
Absolutely. One of the great things about a Wild and Scenic Film Festival event is you do not have to know anything about event management. We are literally event planning for dummies. So as much work as we can possibly take on, we have. We have provided all the graphics, all of the resources from press releases and sponsorship letters and decks, and everything you might need to put on this event is included in our resources. We will do your poster for you. We handle all the licensing and royalties, agreements, everything. So you're taking on basic event roles like marketing and outreach and, you know, securing a venue, basic logistics stuff. We're handling a lot of the remaining work. So our system is set up on a 12-week timeline that will guide you step by step. We have a tour coordinator who will hold your hand through the planning of the event, help you compose any of the graphics materials customized to you, as well as, if you choose a custom film program, help you format that in a way that we know is one of the focused, heart-opening patterns that we've learned. So we literally will walk you through the entire planning of the event, provide as many resources as we possibly can, making it as easy as you can possibly get to put on a high-quality event that inspires change.
Well, this is such a great opportunity to do strategic partnerships. First of all, in the business community, number one, we've gotten a ton of sponsorships from various different businesses who wanted their name associated with the event. So we've been raising money that way, but also it gives us an opportunity to talk to people about what we're doing. And we've gotten a very positive reception there. 2 of our biggest supporters have been the David Brower Center, which is an environmental center here in Berkeley, but also the Downtown Berkeley Association, which is an association of all the businesses in downtown Berkeley, have been 2 of our biggest supporters. So it's those organizations. We've also partnered with a large number of our fellow environmental organizations, everybody from 350.org to the League of Women Voters to Bay Nature, which is a local environmental magazine, to the Sierra Club, our local ecology center, to get the word out about these events. So it's a really great opportunity to get your name out there and start working with some of these groups.
As far as the partnerships that we made in the community, we have a very strong retailer here in Durango, and they had reached out to us last year when we were putting on the movie Saving Snow. So it was a really easy ask before we committed to this if they would be a premier sponsor. We don't need that much to run a chapter. But now we all of a sudden, we learned that we could make over $4,000 by having, you know, a 2.5 hour film event. And it opened our eyes to, you know, being a larger, bigger force in our community. It's just been positive all the way around.
This is a project, but it's well worth it. So if you have somebody in your chapter who's got the time and wants to work on a really fun project, but it's also a project that does take time and commitment. It can do a number of things for your chapter. Number one, it really gets your name out there, really gives you an opportunity to do a lot of networking. We've raised a lot of money for our chapter, which just reinforces our ability to be able to outreach and pull in new members. I'm sure we're going to be using this money that we've been raising to do a lot of Facebook ads, and we have to have a meeting actually soon about how we're going to spend all the money that we just raised. We just raised $6,000 with this latest event that we did with the Wild Scenic Film Festival. So it's also an opportunity to talk about climate change and to talk about the CCL solution. So for example, this year, when we did the Wild Scenic Film Festival, we did 2 sessions, and the first one was during the Berkeley Earth Day celebration. We showed 10 films from the Wild Scenic Film Festival on a number of different topics. Fantastic films, and it was very well received. Again, it gave us a chance at the very beginning. We showed the little 3-minute video, the CCL, to let people know who CCL was. So it really gives us a branding opportunity and gets people aware of who is CCL. And then we did something on Earth Day itself, Monday on Earth Day evening. So this is a Monday workday night, Earth Day. We showed 5 films from the film festival specifically on climate change. And then we did a panel called Solutions to the Climate Crisis. We partnered with 3 other environmental organizations, and we were the 4th speaker talking about big solutions having to do with climate restoration, agriculture, forestry, and then our carbon fee and dividend solution.
Well, the absolute highlight was the film festival itself. The venue was outstanding, and they did everything they were supposed to do. And our sponsors all came through with their money, and we had very, very generous donations. So we exceeded our goal, and we had just a wonderful time. What I made in my notes is for first timers, I would say 120 hours. We had a team of 5 people that were reviewing the films, and that is the most time extensive work to be done. Just a plug for these Wild and Scenic Film Festival people. They are wonderful. And when they say they're there for you the whole time, they're there for you the whole time. They really do walk you through it, because I had never done anything like this before. And it was fun. It was time consuming. It was rarely stressful. But it was a good lesson.
The process goes like this. You apply. We create a contract. Once you've signed that contract, we email you links to all of our online resources, and bam, you are in it. You can pre-screen any of the films in the program, whether you choose the existing CCL curated program or choose your own films. You can pre-screen there. You can even invite filmmakers from those films to your event. All of their contact information is provided. There's film scoring workbooks and film stills to promote, you know, each film. Everything is in there, and you have access immediately. we start off with an orientation call that's meant to go over anything that you think you might need coaching or support on.
Tell you, Brett, that there are a lot of things I learned this year in doing this about how to do sponsorships, how to structure them, how to do business outreach, how to do general publicity outreach. I do want to say that the 50th anniversary of Earth Day is coming up next year, 2020, and it is a big opportunity to do outreach. Earth Day is going to be everywhere next year. So again, we were the first chapter to use the Wild Scenic Film Festival, I believe, to raise money for CCL. But we're not the only one, and I believe the other chapters who have taken this on have also done well. So I'll also say I'm happy to talk with anybody who's interested in doing this and answer questions. I did some of that this year, but I really want to support doing this, and I think it's a terrific opportunity. It's an effort. It is a project, but it's an incredible tool for outreach and an incredible tool for fundraising.
Except, again, this is as easy as we can possibly make it for you. And our system pretty much guarantees success right out of the gate because it's a proven formula that's been used for 13 years now.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Citizens Climate Lobby's training program. You can tune into more episodes anywhere podcasts are available. Inspired by what you heard today? Join Citizens Climate Lobby to advocate for bipartisan climate solutions. Go to community.citizensclimate.org to find more trainings, resources, your local chapter, national action teams, discussion forums, and more. Be sure to like our Facebook page and follow us on Twitter and Instagram @CitizensClimate. We also invite all of our listeners to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more inspiration. And together, we are creating the political will for a livable world.